Come on up. Hey, I'm Jason.
Jason. David.
David, a pleasure.
Oh, using this one?
So, David, tell me about your mom. This is like therapy up here. Tell me about your childhood. Why does that mean? No, seriously, you have a question?
Yeah, I do. Is this on? Oh. All right. My question is, so I'm David. I'm CEO of Rallyteam. Rallyteam.
I think I know this.
Yeah. So my question for you is, as the CEO of a startup, what are the 2 to 3 mistakes you consistently see CEOs of startups make while they're trying to start and grow their business?
This is a great question. I'll give a plug for your company, Rallyteam. What does Rallyteam do?
So Rallyteam tries to help enterprise companies be more agile and innovative, and we do that by connecting employees inside of the organization to projects, ideas, and teams.
Great. So the things that I think all entrepreneurs are different, right? So, and there's different types of leadership that can succeed. There are introverts, there are extroverts, right?
Yep.
And so you have introverted people who are very quiet. Evan Williams, known to sit back in a meeting. And then you have hard driving, Larry Ellisons of the world, Mark Cubans of the world, and everything in between. So you can't paint with one brush. People are different. And so I think the first thing is self-awareness and understanding your own state of mind as a leader, which is to say, do you know if you're an introvert or an extrovert? Do you know where you get your energy from? Do you know your own strengths and weaknesses? And so are you a micromanager, and does that annoy you? Does that annoy your employees? Are you too hands-off and you don't give enough instructions or support? Are you not focused? And this is really, when you're an entrepreneur, you don't get, and the CEO of a company, it's a very isolated position. Because if you tell your team exactly how scared you are, exactly how messed up things are, and that at any point in time, the train could come off the rails and everybody loses their job, they're not going to want to come to work. They're going to be in a state of panic. But the truth is, all businesses are like that. Even the mighty Microsoft or the mighty Google or Apple, any of these big corporations, they're also could be disrupted at any moment in time.
Right.
And so you have to be a bit paranoid. But if you tell everybody how scared you are and how screwed up things are, they're going to quit. They're not going to want to come to work. Then you look at your investors. And if you tell them, like, I don't know if this business is going to work, or we've got serious competitors, or we've got these serious challenges, and the challenges always are greater, and the risks are always greater than the things that are going well in a startup. So I think being level-headed, being able to stay focused, this is what I see the biggest mistake. You have some really good idea, and you say, hey, this is the idea. I want to make people more efficient. I want them to communicate more efficiently in an organization.
Yep.
And then you drift off mission. And mission drift and leadership drift and not being aware of yourself is the number one thing I see cause entrepreneurs, I think, to fail. Because if you can't stay focused on a singular goal, somebody else will. So if you don't figure out how to be relentlessly focused on transportation and you're up against Uber, you're going to be toast. If you're relentlessly focused on electric vehicles and you start thinking about other things, then Elon Musk is going to run over you, right? So that laser-like focus and understanding what your mission is and staying true to it, that's the thing I see in the winners, and it's what I conversely see the losers not do.
So I know you advise and you also invest.
Yeah.
Is there tactical advice you give your CEOs around, like, who it is an isolating position? So
yeah, I think
who can you talk to?
Yeah, I think you should curate your investors and you should lean on them. So raising money and just going for whoever can pay the most or based on valuation, always a mistake. What I like to do is I tell people, call the people the investor has invested in, and then tell the investor you're looking for somebody who can provide more than money. Money is freely available, but really good advice and time are not. So if you tell your investors coming in, listen, I'm going to take your $100,000, I'm going to take your $1 million, I'm going to take your $10,000, but that's not why I want you involved in the business. I understand that you have to have a stake in the business, and that's how equity structures work. But what I really want out of you, Cyan Bannister, Jason Calacanis, Kevin Rose, Gil Pinchina, whoever, Aileen Lee, what I really want is your time. So I'd like to have lunch with you once a month or coffee. I want to go over the business, and I want you to tell me candidly, how am I doing? And the more candid you could be with me, I like to use that word candid, not honest, because if you say honest, I want you to be honest with me, then you're insinuating that you haven't been honest with me to date. But if you say candid, it just means I know you're being honest, but I want you to be radically honest, radically candid. And that's actually from a really good book called Creativity, which is about, it's a great Audible selection for you. Creativity is from the guy one of the founders of Pixar.
Okay.
Really good book. So ask your investors to be candid with you. And big ears, small mouth when they're talking, right? So there's you self-select entrepreneurs who have a lot to say. And I've had to learn in my career to at times know when to stop talking and to just listen and listen and listen some more. And so when I'm in meetings with entrepreneurs, it's the opposite of the experience right now where you're asking me questions, I'm doing the other.
Yep.
I am relentlessly trying to ask shorter questions and listen for longer in my meetings. So I would say to you, revenue?
Sorry?
Revenue?
What's our revenue? Now we're pre-revenue.
See, I literally did it like a psychotherapist.
Yeah. Revenue?
I'm like, revenue.
Got it.
You were like, our amount of revenue? I want you to phrase the question.
Oh, okay.
I want to see how you phrase the question. What do you think why do you think I'm asking about revenue? Like, oh boy, now we know what your perspective is. So again, I think the people who explicitly ask for mentoring and coaching get it. The people who don't.
Got it.
So you got to really explicitly ask people who have invested in your company, please, can you just come spend a half day, meet the team, tell me what I'm doing. Self-awareness is super important. So I think meditation, mindfulness, turning off your devices, reading books, going for hikes. I know this sounds like kind of like maybe I've been in San Francisco and California too long as a Brooklyn boy.
No.
But I can tell you there's very little time to reflect in this world.
Yep.
And when you can have this time like we're having now and share it and reflect on what we do, you have possibilities open up. You have a little bit of breathing room. And everything we do is so reactive, right? Emails coming in, texts, tweets, messages, etc. You really need to have downtime where you go for a hike. Do a walk and talk. If you do a walk and talk with an investor every week, you're going to be a better CEO. You do a walk and talk with your employees. Walk and talk is what mobsters do so that they don't get, the feds have bugged the clubhouse. You go for a walk and talk.
Nice.
And they hold the newspaper over their face. It's called the walk and talk in Brooklyn. Just go for a walk and talk. You do a little walk and talk. We talk about some things. The package you were going to pick up for me. Did you drop it off with the guy with the thing? Yeah. Great. Perfect. So just talk to the other guy about that thing and make sure he gets the other package.
Got it.
Pleasure to have met you.
Yeah, you as well.
Good luck with everything.
Yeah, thank you.
Hey everybody, let's take a moment to thank my friend Scott Walker from the Walker Corporate Law Group. They are a boutique law firm specializing in the representation of entrepreneurs and startups. And they encourage fixed fees. They believe that billable hours reward inefficiency, so they will give you a fixed fee to form your companies, do merger and acquisitions, licensing agreements, terms of service, privacy policies, all that important stuff that you need to get dialed in perfectly for your startup. And their lawyers have 10 to 20 years of experience each. No junior associates getting on the job training with your startup. No, they're all pros over there. And if you want to talk to the founder, Scott Walker, you can call him directly, 415-979-9998. 415, that's the area code here in San Francisco, 979-9998. Or you can email Scott at walkercorporatelaw.com, Scott at walkercorporatelaw.com, or visit walkercorporatelaw.com. Again, call him 415-979-9998. He is a great guy. He's been around for years, coming to all of our events and supporting everything we do, and he is a real mensch, a great attorney, and he's got a great team over there. A lot of my startups use the Walker Corporate Law Group and have had a great experience. Go ahead and follow at Scott Ed Walker on Twitter too. He loves to get new followers, and it's awesome when you guys thank the partners for supporting independent media like This Week in Startups. Okay, let's get back to this program.